I want to say anything that I don't want to go on record, then I'll just DM you on Instagram from now on.
Okay, it's this. Wow. Wait, 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 wait. Yeah, I think my mic was not working, so now it is working. So yeah, I was saying. So welcome back to Rocket Gear, my fellow space tubers, and today we are going to see another launch, and this time it will be of the GSLV Mark II. And we shall all hail to the Queen. And today, at this very moment, for this very purpose, we are having another core member of the Mark II gang, the ISRO spaceflight admin, Dev Pratim. Dev Pratim, can you introduce yourself?
Not to be a part of the launch stream of Her Majesty GSLV. And of course, as you all know, this is going to be the 100th launch of ISRO from sriharikota. So what a better launch! I mean, no better launch to be crowned as the 100th launch of ISRO.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have much time left, so we'll just move on to the launch proceedings. And here we have the launch proceedings. So first of all, first things first, we shall just a second. Yeah, we shall go down to Her Majesty Queen GSLV Mark II. And this time we also have another, since it's a GSLV Mark II launch, and Queen will be launching and celebrating the 100th launch of the ISRO's community. So we shall have a prayer for it first. So let me get that thing ready. So uh let's just seek some blessings
Should I do
from
the prayer or should
GSLV
you do
Mark
the
II.
prayer?
Yes, yes. O Queen GSLV, ruler of the skies, hear our chant as your engine rise. From Sriharikota's sacred ground to the stars, let this rocket be bound. While LVM-3 boasts of its might, your elegance and precision shine bright. With your wisdom, steer the flight, guide each stage with your might. O Queen of ISRO, hear our plea. Let this launch be a spectacle to see. Through the clouds, through the night, lead us to the skies as you shine bright. Hail to GSLV, our pride, our star. Make this mission travel far from Earth to orbit. Let it soar. Bless us, Queen GSLV, forevermore. So, with that out
Hail
of the
Queen
way,
GSLV.
yeah, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, Hail Queen GSLV.
Yeah, I'll Queen GSLV. Exactly. So, let's just move on to the proceedings now. Okay, so first of all, this picture reminds me of the Chinese launch vehicle because this is how the Chinese launch vehicles looks like. This angle, and this kind of theme, the reddish kind of thing. But this is a GSLV Mark II you have, and here you can see the first point that it's not using a Ojai fairing; it's using a 3.5-meter fairing, mostly because Ojai fairing has already been tested with its good, successful flight, and this is a 3.5-meter fairing. Ojive is a 4-meter fairing, so they don't wanted that extra weight, I suppose, so that's why they are going with this. And then we have the upper stage, we have the so let's start from the bottom. So we have the first stage and 4 strap-on boosters. The first stage is the solid rocket fuel, the S139, and then we have the L40 strap-on boosters. So these boosters are not detachable, not detachable, not detachable. So this is a core four whole first stage which will be detached from the second stage. And yeah, so the second stage is again of a liquid engine, which is a L40 engine. And then we have the final stage, the upper stage, which is a cryogenic engine running like liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen as its fuel. If we go into the specifications, you can see the first stage has S139 and the L40 boosters, which you can see here, and they don't detach. And the second stage is the one Vikas engine using again those earth storable fuel, I like to call them that, hypergolic fuels. And then we have the cryogenic upper stage burning liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen as its fuel, and it's going to a geosynchronous transfer orbit. So talking about this mission, we'll have this integration video which we'll skip. Anyways, we're going to see since we don't have much time. Now, this is the number of missions which ISRO has done, and it was very interesting to see that um, these are all the 99 missions which ISRO has done, and today it is the 100th mission which it is going to do. And you can see the SLV-3 launch vehicle, ASLV is there, the historic, the launch vehicle is also counted because all the launches from the Sriharikota are counted here. And then we have 62 PSLV launches, 16 GSLV and 7 LVM-3. And let me tell you, LVM-3 means GSLV Mark III launches. It's not like, oh, the LVM-3 when they changed the name, then they started counting it. I checked it. It's not the case. So the GSLV Mark II, I also did not know about this. The GSLV Mark II has more launches than LVM-3 right now. I always thought the LVM-3 gets the limelight and everything, but Mark II Queen always making sure everything is perfectly fine. And then we have 3 SSLV, 1 RLV, 1 TB, 1 PAT. So all those things are there. Today it will be the 100th launch. Now let's talk about the
Interestingly, they have considered the Padapod test as a
yeah.
launch.
That is also I was seeing. It's interesting to see how they have uh, used it. Now moving to the NVS-02. So this is the NVS-02 satellite, and the NVS-02 satellite is nothing but NavIC satellite, which is going to space. It will have NavIC satellite is nothing but a Indian GPS satellite. So we can't call it as a GPS satellite. We have to call it as a SPS because it's not covering the whole global system. So standard positioning system it uses. It will have a position accuracy of better than 20 meter, and timing accuracy better than 40 nanosecond over the surface area. That's what it claims to have. And it's a improved one. From it has like five in the series, and satellites have been launched, and this is the second one which is being launched. That is the case. Another the testing uh, photo, you can see how it looks like. uh, Quickly we'll go through the uh, yes, this
So
one.
this is the second satellite in the second generation of NavIC, and the specialty of the second generation of NavIC is that it operates on the L1 band frequency. The L1 band frequency will allow NavIC to for regular mobile phones to access NavIC enabled services, which was not there in NavIC.
Yeah, exactly. Previously, I think we want if they had to uh, use those services, we had to have some sort of hardware installed in the phones itself. So if that is the case now, every phone
Yeah,
will be able to
only a
use.
select few chipsets had the capability to access NavIC services.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so this is the 17th flight of GSLV, 100th launch from SDS SHAR, 8th operational flight of the cryo stage. You can see that it stands at 51-meter tall. So you can see, you can say that obviously. And this is the configuration. So you can see, okay, it does not have the thrust which it has, but the propellant, you can see the first stage and the second stage they uses this because it uses the Vikas engine, and the third stage is liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen. It's going to a GTO orbit of perigee 170 kilometers and apogee of 36,000 kilometers, inclination of 20 degrees. So that is the case. It has a standard mission profile, which is the ignition happens at, you will see those four Vikas engine igniting at T minus 4.8 seconds. After that, the solid rocket boosters ignite and the rocket lifts off. After that, you can see the GS to GS1 separation happens, which is the whole of the first stage separates. After that, the interstage separates after some time, and obviously at that point of time the second stage has already lit up, and then the heat shield separates, the third stage separates, second stage separates. That after that the third stage finally separates, and the satellite is on its way. It will take a whole of around 1150 seconds for it to be okay, nice, for it to deploy in space. These are some of the photos which always this rocket always looks cool to look at. So that's amazing.
Starship gets all the limelight for doing hot staging, but our very own Queen GSLV also does hot staging for
Yeah,
like two
yes,
decades now.
yes,
It has
yes,
been doing it for 2 decades.
exactly. GSLV Mark II was the first one to do that. After that, the LVM3, rule it.
LVM3 does not do hot staging.
LVM3, oh yeah, the it does not do hot staging. Yes, yes, you are right. It has a liquid stage. Yes, yes, yes. So talking about this infographic as provided by ISRO Space Flight, and the guest which we have, someone asked who is he, the admin of ISRO Space Flight. So we this kind of summarizes what we have today. So NVS-02 is the payload.
Thanks to Vikrant Chona for the graphic.
Exactly, Vikrant Jona is the one who made this cool looking graphic. So we have the payload mass as 2,250 kilograms, liftoff mass 420 tons. It's all good. You can see the all stages which it has. So core stage, thrust. Okay, there you go. Thruster is there, 4,846 kilonewton. The boosters produce a thrust of 3,040 kilonewton. So uh, it is kind of total. It produces 7.8 kilonewtons of 7,840 kilonewtons of thrust at the first stage when it ignites. And then we have the second stage, 847 kilonewtons of thrust for the Vikas engine, and the third stage, the 75 kilonewtons of thrust will reach a burn time of 13 minutes as always, because it's a liquid hydrogen, liquid oxygen with a very, very high ISP. Okay, so now we can talk about certain things. So these are some photos which we can skip. These are some good photos. I mean, always we have to say one thing, that ISRO admin has this knack of clicking good photos. At least we are not getting some good video footage, but at least the photos are on the
The best
shot,
photos are on the second page.
on the second page. Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, click for more images.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Wow, exactly. Cool. Okay. So there
Look
are
at those.
yeah,
They never click photos like this for LVM3.
true, true, true. I mean, you know, right? The ISRO Twitter page, they have this cover page of Mark II only, if you know.
Yeah,
And
cover pages of us.
yes, and right now also the tweets, if you see the trail of tweets for GSLV Mark II, the caption which which the admin has written, he's a Mark II gang for sure. Okay, moving on. So there was certain things which Dev noticed. So this is the image of GSLV F06 mission, and you want to
Of
add on this
2010.
of 2010. Yes, Dev, you can add on to it.
Yeah, so many people think that the OG fairing for not the OG fairing, the 4 meter fairing, the larger fairing for GSLV debuted on GSLV F10, obviously the ill-fated GSLV F10, but that is actually not true. The 4 meter fairing debuted way back in 2010 on GSLV F06. So actually, uh, it is a misconception that many people hold that the 4 meter fairing was actually developed for the nicer mission, but that is actually not true. The 4 meter fairing was developed for the Chandrayaan-2 mission because initially the Chandrayaan-2 mission was supposed to launch on Queen GSLV, but
Yep.
due to some Mark III gang conspiracy, the Chandrayaan-2 mission was moved over to LVM-3, and then um, 11 years later, we saw the 4 meter fairing launch on GSLV F10,
Yes.
and yeah, there we go. It
And
is now
I can
qualified for
also,
nicer.
yes, I can also see this. This one has this white upper stage. I mean, I don't know what
Right,
ISRO was
yeah.
doing at that point of time. After that, they
The
did it.
GSLV is always ahead of the time.
Yes.
The white upper stage, the 4 meter fairing.
Always, always.
LVM3 adopted this later on.
Exactly, exactly. It's always the Mark II does all the hard work and the LVM3 steals it. Okay, this is also which we saw in this, in the images they posted. So we wanted to add about it. So these are the zip lines
Okay,
which
so
they will use. Yes.
if you look at the images on the GSLV F15 gallery, then you can see that there are cables running down the launch tower of the second launch pad. So these are nothing but the uh, escape zip lines for Gaganyaan. So basically, if there is an emergency on pad for the Gaganyaan on one of the Gaganyaan missions, then the crew will uh, do an emergency egress, and then they can you can see there's like a platform there. So from there they will embark on the zip line, and then they will just slide down to safety. There will probably be like a bunker near the launch pad, so they will slide down the zip line and they will enter into the bunker.
Yes, so this is like the compliance kind of requirement for the human rating of the launch pad. So because they need to have an egress system, and if you see, the SpaceX also has this thing with their crew launch pad, the crew missions which it has. If you see this, so how it looks like, you can see this. They also have a zip line, and if they have to egress, they can egress via this thing. I'm not sure about this kind of a zip line in which they have some sort of this what do you call, platform in which they go. I think in the animations which we have seen is just that the astronauts or the Vyomnauts just you know
This one looks more like a cable car.
cable car. Yes, that is not more a cable car, but just those adventures which we do at resorts and all, in the zip line which we do. It is kind of like that in the launch, the
Yeah.
GSLV. Sorry, the ISRO's launch pad. I'm not sure whether they'll add this cable car afterwards or not. It will be a nice addition to it because right now that can work because the test pilots are Indian Air Force people, so that is not an issue. But once astronauts, the proper astronauts will come, then we need to see how effective with that
By the
will
way,
be.
ISRO is live.
Okay. Yep.
यह हर भारतीय के लिए
SHAR, Sriharikota, located in Andhra Pradesh, the southern state of India. I am Madhuri giving the commentary in English, and with me in the commentary box is my co-commentator Shri Vikas Swarnkar, who will be giving the commentary in Hindi. We bring to you the live coverage of GSLV F15 NVS-02 mission live from the Mission Control Center. The launch of GSLV F15 NVS-02 mission is scheduled today, the 29th of January 2025 at 6:23 hours Indian Standard Time
Wow.
from the second launch pad. The intent of the launch is to place the NVS-02, the second among the second generation of navigation satellites weighing 2,250 kilograms in 170 by 36,695 kilometers geosynchronous transfer orbit with an inclination of 20.79 degrees. The launch will place the satellite at an altitude of 322 kilometers with a velocity of 9.7 kilometers per second, so that the apogee attained is 36,695 kilometers and the perigee is 170 kilometers. The satellite will advance India's regional navigation capabilities.
Oh,
यह मिशन इस वर्ष
look
का
at all
प्रथम
the
प्रमोशन मिशन होने वाला है। इससे पहले हमने 30 दिसंबर
sir is
2000
look at all the chairmans, man. Every chairperson is there right now. Every ISRO's chairperson.
का सफल डॉकिंग एक्सपेरिमेंट भी देखा।
The whole gang is there.
इसरो ऐसे कई विकासशील प्रयोगों के लिए प्रयासरत है, जिसमें गगनयान मिशन सबसे उल्लेखनीय है। बहरहाल इस मिशन में NVS-2 नेविगेशन सैटेलाइट 2 नामक 2250 किलोग्राम नितभार वाले नौवहन उपग्रह को 170 किलोमीटर की उपभू तथा 36,577 किलोमीटर की अपभू कक्षा में 20.7
And if you are wondering why Somnath sir is sitting there and not in the this mission control room, because Somnath sir has retired and Narayan sir has taken over. We Narayan sir, so that's the thing.
पूर्ण परिशुद्धता
Yeah, you were
से
saying something?
वेग और समय सुविधा प्रदान करने के लिए अभिकल्पित किया गया है। नाविक उपग्रहों का भारतीय क्षेत्र के अतिरिक्त 1500 किलोमीटर के क्षेत्र में यह सुविधाएं प्रदान करेगा। अब आप सभी दर्शकों के सामने प्रस्तुत है GSLV F15 का संक्षिप्त इंटीग्रेशन वीडियो।
So this, first of all, this Mark II looks look much more shinier than before, right?
Yeah, much shinier.
Much shinier. So this right now you can see
जियोसिंक्रोनस सैटेलाइट लॉन्च व्हीकल का यह प्रथम चरण का
a stage which is being transported. This is a very good thing which ISRO does, which we get to see all those stuff. So this is a PSLV first stage, and yes, the GSLV Mark II was made on the tools available via PSLV. So this is the first stage of the PSLV. So whatever stages which were available in the PSLV, they had to somehow make those, use those, and this is the igniter of the first stage. Use those to make the GSLV Mark II. So this is one of those interesting piece of the history. So they did not have much bigger launch vehicle at that point of time. They had just had PSLV, and they could make the upper stage, the cryogenic upper stage. So they needed some sort of boosters, some sort of a big thrust at the first stage so that it can lift off, and they used all those stuff which they had at that point of time, kind of like what we do it in KSP, right? So they made the GSLV Mark II with the parts available from PSLV.
इसे अब SSAB से VAB लाया गया, व्हीकल असेंबली बिल्डिंग,
इस विकास इंजन
तथा ये द्वितीय चरण है GSLV का, जिसे हम L40HT के नाम से जानते हैं.
you can see that water tank also.
The GS2 stage being hoisted carefully to integrate with the over the first stage of GSLV in the vehicle assembly building, and here is the cryogenic upper stage being brought to the vehicle assembly building,
Here
carefully tilted to be integrated over and above the
they have
second stage
painted
of
all
GSLV.
of that into white.
ये आपने देखा
Everything is white
GSLV
now.
का तृतीय चरण, जो कि क्रायोजेनिक चरण है, जिसे क्रायो अपर स्टेज कहते हैं, और यह है NVS-2 अंतरिक्षयान. पूर्ण परीक्षण के पश्चात इसे पेलोड अडेप्टर पर समायोजित कर सुरक्षित कर दिया जाता है पेलोड फेयरिंग के अंदर.
The GSLV practices a concept called encapsulated assembly for the satellites, wherein which you have seen the NVS-02 satellite being prepared in its clean room facilities in
See,
the
you can
satellite
actually
preparation
see in this, it's already air
has been
conditioned.
brought to the
You can
vehicle
see that
assembly
pipe
building
over there,
for
right?
integrating
It's connected to another thing.
bay
That pipe
the
is
rocket.
providing air conditioning to the satellite.
जी हाँ, इस समुच्चय को रॉकेट के ऊपर समायोजित कर अब GSLV-F15 रॉकेट को VAB से UT umbilical टावर तक लाया जाता है. यह लगभग 920 मीटर की दूरी होती है.
Looks so amazing. So
आगे
cool.
के पूरे परीक्षण तथा ईंधन का भराव यहाँ सुनिश्चित किया जाएगा.
Beautiful sight to behold. GSLV F15 at the second launch pad.
You can see the venting also. It's very rare to see the vents coming out of for the ISRO stream because it's very bright and all. But today it's night time and you can see that.
GSLV F15 के प्रमोशन की उल्टी गिनती 27.5 घंटे पूर्व शुरू हो चुकी है.
Yeah, so here you can see the actually the vents and all. It's coming out from the launch pad and not the vehicle,
पूर्ण परीक्षण किया
right?
जाता है.
They have a different system in place
समीक्षाओं के पश्चात
in this, it seems.
जाती है. गुणवत्ता तथा सुरक्षा के कड़े नियमों का संपूर्ण अनुपालन यहाँ अनिवार्य होता है.
Yes.
छोटी से छोटी त्रुटि भी हानिकारक हो सकती है, इसलिए इसके विस्तृत चर्चा के पश्चात और समुचित उपाय के साथ ही इस प्रमोशन का अनुमोदन दिया जाता है.
They need to clear those camera
The
lenses.
countdown for GSLV F15 NVS-02 mission has been 27 and a half hours long that commenced at the wee hours yesterday morning.
All stations change over to channel 2.
The countdown
Nobody is
commenced
focusing on
with
Narayan
the
sir, and Narayan sir was like
of the readiness
very what should I say, anxious about this launch. I could see him very anxious
countdown,
right
the
now.
launch vehicle liquid propellant tanks are serviced with the fuel and oxidizer. The second stage GS2 and the 4 L40 strap-ons are the ones to be filled early on. The filling of the cryogenic upper stage with liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen takes place closer to the launch time.
Am I tripping or
The
did they
ground
make
tracking
changes
systems are
in
checked
the
for
mission
their
control room?
transmission.
They did not have this
Winds in the
blue
upper
thing, right?
atmosphere are measured to finalize the day of launch wind biasing program.
I
for
think
the
they have
launch vehicle.
upgraded the mission control room.
We are now 23
I'm not
minutes
sure.
away from the scheduled launch time.
Is it so, Devpratim?
काउंटडाउन की उल्टी
Yeah.
गिनती जारी है.
Oh, finally, Ryan
अब
sir.
हम उड़ान से 23 मिनट की दूरी पर
Chairman
हैं.
of ISRO, guys. Here you go.
Minus 23 minutes.
अंतिम
It's his
गतिविधियों
first
को
mission
पूरा करने की
today
जांच की जा रही
after
है.
becoming a
इस दौरान
chairman.
यान को पावर ऑन
Oh.
किया
His
गया है.
first mission is the 100th mission of ISRO.
Exactly.
GS2 जो कि तरल नोदक वाला चरण
And
है,
the Mark
उसमें
II is
N2O4
featuring.
तथा US-25 के भराव सुनिश्चित कर लिया गया है.
We have like
अंतरिक्ष
army
यान को
people
पावर ऑन
also.
कर स्वास्थ्य जांच तथा बैटरी आवेशन किया गया है. GS2 की तरह L40
Wow.
स्टेप-ऑन बूस्टर्स भी तरल नोदक पर आधारित हैं. इनमें भी तरल नोदक का भराव सुनिश्चित कर लिया गया है. मिशन कंप्यूटर्स, रेंज सेफ्टी कंसोल की जांच पूरी की जा चुकी है. क्रायो चरण की शीतलन द्वारा भराव की स्थितियां प्राप्त कर भराव सुनिश्चित किया जा चुका है. सभी संचार तंत्रों की जांच पूर्ण हो चुकी है और अब हम उड़ान से 22 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं.
So people say the personality about
सभी
Narayan
तंत्री
sir
मैंने
is,
22 minutes.
you know, Somnath sir was kind of more dominating and more, you know, had kind of feels like he has authority. The Narayan sir is very sweet. That's what they say. It's like they have a very, he has a very childlike behavior, very sweet, very soft spoken, and very keen to get the work done, and does not, let me tell you, does not worry about what the politics will politicians will say. So he'll say anything he wants and get the job done. That's how that's how the image is. So we'll get to see how good will that turn out to be. But yes, that mission control room did look some upgraded, some sort of, but not sure. I have to see other streams. Looked like a little bit shinier, and they have to manage the photos and all, the videos and all. It's not looking good right now.
और इसमें लगे स्वदेशी क्रायोचरण की 11वीं उड़ान होगी। यह सभी इसरो के वैज्ञानिकों के लिए।
So the wildflower, the launch will happen at around sunrise only. I mean after sunrise. So that is the case, but you will see some sort of you know, light happening. It's around 6:30 a.m. Local time. The launch timing is, so you will see some sort of. It's almost at the you know, hours of sunrise. What do you say that the yeah. So right now the GSLV Mk2 is standing on the pad. Everything is looking good. You can see the
NVS-02 launch.
Mission Director Roger.
okay, things are looking good. Oh man, I'm so you know used to seeing Somnath sir over there. It feels a bit odd, but that's how it is. Things change.
Ready for supporting GSLV-F15.
It's hard to move on from him.
NVS-02 mission.
True.
Mission Director Roger.
The mission executives are conveying the readiness of their respective system to mission director.
Mission Director Roger.
Satellite Director to Mission Director. NVS-02 satellite is ready for the launch of GSLV-F15 NVS-02 mission.
Mission Director Roger.
And
To
there you
control,
go.
timing confirmed, sectional hold mode.
VLCC and LCC to note. Timing confirmed. External hold mode. VLCC Roger.
LCC Roger.
All the mission control chatter, right? All the chairpersons of ISROs, whosoever is alive, is here. So, because to celebrate the 100th launch, that's how it is.
यहाँ उपस्थित
T-minus 19 minutes.
Minus 19.
Mission Director.
Counting.
Mission Readiness Review Committee and the Launch Authorization Board have
Almost
provided
everyone
clearance
is
for
using
proceeding with
these
the countdown
tablets and
and
iPads
launch of
now. Earlier, this
GSLV-F15
not used to be the
NVS-02
case.
mission. All operations till the initiation of automatic launch sequence have been completed satisfactorily. Based on the clearance for launch of GSLV-F15 launch vehicle, NVS-02 spacecraft, range, ISRO ground stations, and the favoring weather conditions, Mission Director hereby authorizes for commencing the launch operation sequence for the launch of GSLV-F15 NVS-02 mission at 6:23 hours IST today, 29 January 2025.
Vehicle Director Roger.
All stations to note. Mission Director has given authorization for the launch of GSLV-F15 NVS-02 mission.
अभी अभी आपने देखा मिशन निदेशक ने इस लॉन्च को ऑथराइज कर दिया है
And there you go, guys. The mission director has authorized the launch. Things are looking great. The weather is looking good, and the range is green. And the mission director has authorized for the launch. So we are just T-minus under 18 minutes from the launch, and you will see those animations also, guys, which you will see with the launch. It looks a bit odd. The fairing looks a bit odd, I must say that. But that's how it is. It's KSP, you know. I need to get some sort of Kerbal, you know, what should I say? Kerbal thing to add to the rocket.
Ground-lit liquid propellant strap-ons and cryogenic upper stage. Critical systems catering to these form part of the launch pad. Normalcy of L40 chamber pressures during T minus 4.8 seconds until T0 is a prerequisite to allow launch to take place. Re-engageable launch holder release system plays an important role. The cryo fluids are serviced through cryo arm umbilicals, topping up of fluids until launch and arms swing out when rocket lifts off are imperative for a successful
really like
liftoff.
that they still have that key authorization in place, because that is going off very quickly nowadays.
GSLV Mk2 त्रिचरणीय प्रमोचन यान है। इसमें प्रथम चरण में कोर S139 सॉलिड बूस्टर के साथ 4 तरल नोदक वाले L40 स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर संलग्न रहते हैं। इसके ऊपर द्वितीय चरण पर हाई थ्रस्ट विकास इंजन वाला L40 स्टेज है और अंतिम में क्रायो अपर स्टेज COS-15 नामक क्रायो ईंधन पर आधारित तृतीय चरण है। यह वह अंतिम चरण है जो NVS-02 उपग्रह को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में उचित अभिवृत्ति के साथ स्थापित करेगा।
ISRO's live chat is very civil today.
ऊपरी छोर में 3.4 मीटर व्यास के ऊष्मा कवच के साथ पेलोड फेयरिंग कहते हैं उसके अंदर सुरक्षित रखा गया है।
So we have
प्रमोचन यान की कुल
yeah, you were saying something?
लगभग 51 मीटर और कुल
Just don't say when they are saying, then the voice get mixed up. Okay, when they are like not saying. Now you can say what you were saying.
Automatic launch sequence
Yeah,
initiated
so
for
ISRO's live chat is
GSLV-F15
very
NVS-02
civil today.
Mission.
These days it is very civil. Earlier it was not the case.
True. Now it is. So we have people watching in from USA. PKP is from USA. Dirtfoot Racing, welcome. Andrew, Lokesh, Dave, Sanastro, Wildflower, welcome to the stream. So we have people watching from all over the world, I guess. So just write in the chat from where are you watching this stream from.
The GSLV launch vehicle is 50.9 meters tall and has a liftoff mass of 420.7 tons. It has 3 propulsion stages. First stage, GS1, comprises of solid core and 4 liquid strap-ons. Second stage, GS2, has GL40 HT liquid propulsion stage. And the third stage is a cryogenic liquid propulsion stage called CUS-15.
Pennsylvania, USA, Chennai, Wales, all over the
ISRO
world.
has brought to you the journey of its spaceport and the journey of its own growth as a teaser video which will be played for you.
Oh, finally something. We'll see some historic footage out of the ISRO or not. My bet is yes. Okay,
T-minus
this is
14 minutes.
not the 100th launch, man. What is it? No.
ISRO is all set to launch its second-generation navigation satellite, NVS-02, using India's 3-stage geosynchronous satellite launch vehicle, GSLV-F15, from the second launch pad at the Satish Dhawan Space Centre, SDSC SHAR, Sriharikota. This launch will mark a remarkable milestone for ISRO, commemorating the 100th launch from the Spaceport of India, SDSC SHAR.
Okay.
The origin of the spindle-shaped island, SDSC SHAR, can be traced back to the 1960s, when the legendary visionary Dr. Vikram A. Sarabhai embarked upon the space research activities in the country.
I'm loving this.
It is nestled in the serene backwaters of Pulicat Lake, flanked by the Buckingham Canal to the west and the Bay of Bengal to the east. On October 9, 1971, the launch of Rohini 125, a diminutive-sounding rocket, marked the commencement of operations. Since then, ISRO has rigorously upgraded the facilities at SDSC SHAR to meet the growing demands. SDSC SHAR delivers top-tier launch base infrastructure for national and international needs, empowering them to execute wide-range satellite missions with precision. These missions span remote sensing, communication, navigation, and scientific missions. It is unequivocally recognized as one of the premier spaceports in the world. This facility has successfully launched the nation's prestigious missions such as Chandrayaan, Mangalyaan, PSLV C-37 mission with 104 satellites in one go, NavIC Constellation and Aditya L1.
And mission
Furthermore, India's highly anticipated human space mission Gaganyaan will be launched from this incredible spaceport. Recently, the Government of India has also approved to set up the third launch pad at SDSC SHAR to launch the next generation launch vehicles. These developments are crucial for ISRO's ambitious missions such as the Bharatiya Antariksh Station, Chandrayaan-4, the Venus Orbiter mission and others. The centre was renamed on September 5, 2002 to honour Professor Satish Dhawan, a former ISRO chairman, for his outstanding contributions to the Indian space sector. Through relentless commitment and forward-thinking vision, the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, has established India's own independent regional navigation satellite system, NavIC. NavIC delivers precise position, velocity and timing services to users within India and extends about 1,500 kilometers beyond its land mass. A series of 5 second-generation NVS satellites will become a part of the NavIC base layer constellation, ensuring seamless continuity of services. The L1 band signals equipped on these NVS satellites effectively broaden the range of services offered. NVS-01 marks the debut of the second generation of satellites and was successfully launched aboard GSLV-F15 on May 29, 2023. For the very first time, it featured an indigenous atomic clock. In a continuation of its predecessor NVS-02, the second satellite in the NVS series boasts navigation payloads across the L1, L5 and S bands alongside a ranging payload operating in the C band. NVS-02 is built on the standard I2K bus platform and has a liftoff mass of 2,250 kilograms and a power handling capacity of about 3 kilowatts. It seamlessly integrates a mix of homegrown and sourced atomic clocks to make sure it can accurately maintain time. NVS-02 is set to take its place at 111.75 degrees east in an inclined geosynchronous orbit with a mission lifespan anticipated to last around 12 years. The payloads from the NVS-02 satellite will be utilized for terrestrial, aerial, and maritime navigation. It will also be used for location-based services in mobile devices, precision agriculture, geodetic surveys, and many more. Through this launch, ISRO will once again demonstrate its capabilities in space technology to the global space community.
Look at that, man.
अभी आप
Such a
सभी
beautiful
दर्शकों ने
thing.
इसरो की
And we are right now T-minus 9 minutes, under 9 minutes from the launch. Everything is looking good as of now. We hope to see the views of the rocket also. But that footage, the historic footage coming in from the ISRO was amazing.
GSLV Mk2, GSLV Mk3 और अन्य प्रयोगात्मक उड़ानों के साथ आज इसरो अपना 100th प्रमोशन मिशन पूरा करने जा रहा है। इसमें अंतरिक्ष अनुप्रयोगों में भारत अद्वितीय प्रदर्शन करते हुए अनेकानेक प्रयोग कर चुका है, जो सामान्य जनजीवन को आज एक अभिन्न अंग बन चुका है। इन अनुप्रयोगों में इनसेट, IRS, कार्टोसेट, चंद्रयान, GSAT, IRNSS, एस्ट्रोसेट, मार्स ऑर्बिट मिशन, क्रू मॉड्यूल एटमॉस्फेरिक री-एंट्री एक्सपेरिमेंट, आदित्य L1 सबसे उल्लेखनीय है। यह निश्चित करता है कि इसरो मुश्किल राहों पर विजय प्राप्त कर पूर्ण परिपक्वता से अंतरिक्ष मिशन को पूरा करने में
from the launch view gallery, you can see the students always there.
सुबह के 6:15 और यहाँ दर्शकों की भीड़, आंखों देखा अनुभव,
but yes,
उस रोमांच को महसूस करने के लिए जो एक प्रमोशन के दौरान मिलता है।
Sun is rising.
Yes. Finally, they have put in the water thing there. When I went there for the Chandrayaan 3 launch, the water issue was very bad.
बनता है
Good to see they have improved.
ऑटोमेटिक लॉन्च सीक्वेंस जारी है। अब हम उड़ान से 7 मिनट की दूरी पर हैं।
So T-7 minutes from the launch. Systems are go.
T-7 minutes.
Everything looks fine. Yes. So guys, if you are just joining in,
We are about 6 minutes 50 seconds from the scheduled launch time. In the meantime,
The
let
lighting
me
is going to be beautiful
appraise the
today.
viewers about the mission
Good.
events. The GSLV F15 NVS-02
The
mission
twilight
will
sky.
nominally last for 19 minutes and 17 seconds. The 4 L40 strap-ons will ignite at T-minus 4.8 seconds so that development of adequate thrust in all 4 liquid engines can be verified. Coinciding with T0, the core S139 motor, also called as GS1, will ignite,
Vehicle in internal power.
and the re-engageable launch, hold and release system will allow the liftoff. During the
T-minus 6
112
minutes.
seconds action time of the S139 motor, the core and strap-ons together fire to carry the rocket to 42 kilometers altitude.
External power withdrawn.
The L40s continue to burn for another 39 seconds. The GSLV rocket implements hot separation of the first and second stages,
Flight
meaning
coefficient loading
thereby
started.
that
Oh.
the GS2 ignites.
we have babies also over there.
Strap-ons
Great.
separate as a
Look,
single
I mean, think about it. Seriously. This is one thing which I will also have in my bucket list now.
And GS1 separates.
I'll get my son to watch or daughter to watch the launch during her or his younger age only,
And the relative
toddler age or
velocity
something.
is 2.29 kilometers per second. 159 seconds into flight, closed
T-minus
loop
5
guidance
minutes.
is initiated so that the launch vehicle can autonomously decide its trajectory based on the final destination of spacecraft injection. Payload fairing is separated when the launch vehicle clears dense atmosphere, as aerodynamic shape is no longer required. After 142.2 seconds burn time of GS2, the launch vehicle ascends to 132 kilometers altitude. Cryogenic upper stage, or CUS, also called as GS3, is the third stage of GSLV. During the 14 minutes of its operation, considerable relative velocity addition takes place. At the start of the CUS, the relative velocity is 4.7 kilometers per
No one
second,
is going for the
which
water right now.
increases
If this
to
was a day launch
9.7
in the
kilometers per
sun,
second
in the
Yeah.
during the
sunlight,
next
then
Yeah.
14 minutes.
yeah,
Exactly.
The
it
separation
really
of
so.
the satellite NVS-02
T-minus
is
4
scheduled to
minutes.
take place at
we
19
struggled
minutes 10
struggled a lot
seconds
in the Chandrayaan 3
into the
launch.
flight.
Exactly. That's what.
The altitude expected at this instant is 322 kilometers.
We have school children, normal people, babies, toddlers,
मौसम
everyone
पूरी
there.
तरह सामान्य,
Okay,
पूरी
we can
तरह
see the
अनुकूल है
venting
इस
from
प्रमोशन
the
के लिए।
rocket now, which means the fueling is they are topping off the rocket now.
कुछ इस प्रकार होगा। सर्वप्रथम T-4.8 सेकंड्स पर चारों L40 स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर प्रज्वलित होंगे। उचित दबाव प्राप्त कर लेने के पश्चात लॉन्च होल्ड को रिलीज किया जाएगा।
Waiting for the pressures to normalize in the tanks.
कोर बूस्टर का प्रज्वलन होगा। प्रथम चरण के लगभग 150 सेकंड के पश्चात द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो जाएगा और द्वितीय चरण के प्रज्वलन के तुरंत बाद ही प्रथम चरण का पृथक्करण होगा। इसे हम हॉट सेपरेशन कहते हैं। द्वितीय चरण जो कि L40HT के नाम से जाना जाता है,
Yo,
यह तरल नोदक पृथ्वी भंडारक ईंधन का प्रयोग करते हुए
we haven't seen that before, right?
इंजन लगा हुआ है
That control room.
जो
that
यान
was
को
new.
846 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद प्रदान करता है।
The control room they showed, I think we have seen it, but we
इस
have
चरण
not
का
seen that
कार्यकाल
view
लगभग
which they showed.
141.6 सेकंड्स का होगा। द्वितीय चरण के दौरान यान क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत होगा और यान लगभग 115 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर लेने पर पेलोड फेयरिंग ऊष्मा कवच को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा। इसके उपरांत पहले तृतीय चरण को सक्षम किया जाएगा और बाद में द्वितीय चरण को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा। लगभग 132 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर तृतीय चरण, जो कि क्रायो अपर स्टेज कहलाता है, इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू होगा। यह चरण लगभग 840 सेकंड तक प्रज्वलित रहकर उपग्रह को प्रमोचन की स्थितियां प्रदान करेगा।
T minus under 2 minutes remaining. Everything is looking good,
लगभग
and we can
322
see
किलोमीटर की
right now the sun is also rising. The fog is clearing up. So things are looking good. You can see now it's much more clearer here, brighter here. We have all the people waiting in for the launch. T minus 1 minute 25 seconds remaining. Everything is looking great. Oh man, these it's always a very, I haven't seen a Mark II launch yet, which is I have to see, being a Mark II gang member, right? Need to see that.
Yeah, it is on my bucket list.
Same here.
All stations
Okay, about to
stand
launch.
by for the time mark. T minus 1 minute.
T minus 60 seconds remaining, guys. Everything is looking good. So
Minus 55 seconds.
if you are just joining in, we are having an NVS-02 mission going in for the launch. This is the 100th launch, launching from the GSLV Mk2. And yes, everything looks good. Give your best wishes to this launch by clicking the like button. And let's see.
Minus 35 seconds.
Minus 35 seconds remaining.
Minus 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Minus 25 seconds.
T minus
Minus
20,
20 seconds.
19, 18, 17, 16,
Minus 15
15,
seconds.
14, 13, 12, 11,
10,
10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
ignition.
L40
stages are
And
ignited.
liftoff! Whoa!
Plus 5 seconds.
Look at it go.
Looks
Liftoff
amazing.
normal.
Magnificent
seconds.
liftoff of GSLV
tracking.
F15
What is up?
NVS-02
Look at
mission.
that.
100th
Petrol
launch
tracking.
mission of ISRO embarks on its journey.
tracking.
Nothing
Plus
can
20
beat
seconds.
this.
विहंगम दृश्य सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन GSLV F15 रॉकेट का चारों L40s तथा कोर बूस्टर S139 वर्तमान में प्रज्वलित हैं और यान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर लेके जा रहे हैं।
An eastward mission launched at 106 degrees azimuth.
Plus 40 seconds.
GSLV core S139 and the 4 L40 strap-ons thrusting simultaneously. Cumulative thrust is 7,535 kilonewtons.
So it looks amazing, right? That,
प्रथम चरण में
I
कोर
hope
बूस्टर
Plus
है।
1 minute.
the animations are helping here because I know what is going to happen in.
का प्रज्वलन काल लगभग 111 सेकंड का है।
Things are looking good. The first stage is burning
पश्चात
fine.
ही L40 जो स्ट्रैप-ऑन बूस्टर्स हैं उनका प्रज्वलन लगभग 50 सेकंड और आगे चलेगा। इस तरह लगभग 150 सेकंड्स पर प्रथम चरण का प्रज्वलन काल समाप्त होगा।
That's what we want to
Action
hear.
time for the core solid motor is 112 seconds and that of the strap-ons is 149 seconds. HTPB based propellant in S139 and L40s are powered by turbopump-fed Vikas engine based on Earth storable propellant.
So it's
SHAR
coming
ground station
for
acquiring
the
the trajectory
cutoff
data.
of the liquid fuel engine and the burnout of the first stage.
139 stage burnout.
There you go. It will the Vikas engine will still work for some more time.
स्टेप-ऑन बूस्टर अभी भी प्रज्वलित हैं।
Still
इस
working.
दौरान यह लगभग 3000
First
किलोन्यूटन का
stage
प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहे
performance
हैं।
normal.
And it was very hard for me to control in KSP, but it's looking smooth in real life, right? And we'll have a cutoff very
कुछ
soon for the
क्षणों में
Vikas engine.
L40 स्टेप-ऑन बूस्टर्स बंद हो जाएंगे और GS2 द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू होगा।
And we have
L40
cutoff.
stages thrust cutoff. Second
There you
stage
go.
ignited. First stage separated.
Second stage
Third stage
ignited.
separated. Closed loop guidance initiated.
which means now it is taking the feedback
Current
of the
altitude
trajectory which it is
is 81
going and which it
kilometers.
is intended
We
to
are
go, and accordingly
169
change the
seconds into
trajectory.
the
That's
flight.
what closed loop guidance is.
Second stage performance normal.
जी हाँ, जैसा आपने सुना, प्रथम चरण के कार्यकाल के पश्चात उसे यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है तथा द्वितीय चरण जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित चरण है, इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है। यह लगभग 141 सेकंड का प्रज्वलन काल है। इस दौरान यह लगभग 846 किलोन्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है।
Next up is the payload fairing
Also
separation.
known as the GL40HT, the second stage operates on UH-25 and N204. High thrust Vikas engine develops 846
performance
kilonewtons
normal.
thrust in vacuum. Burn time of GS2 for the present mission is 141 seconds. SHAR and Port Blair stations currently tracking.
The second stage performance is normal. Everything looks good. Next up is the
द्वितीय
payload
चरण का
fairing
प्रज्वलन
separation.
जारी है।
And there you go.
हाइपरबोलिक ईंधन का इस्तेमाल होता है।
There you go.
Payload fairing
Plus 4
separated.
minutes.
Good one. Everyone is on the toes now, right?
Shielding
at
of the
Veena Ryan,
spacecraft
sir.
from
Yes,
atmosphere
it's-
is no longer necessary. The current altitude is more
Second
than 100
stage
kilometers.
performance
The
normal.
payload fairing has been separated. SHAR and Port Blair ground stations continue to track.
पूर्व निर्धारित तरीके से 115 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई प्राप्त कर लेने के पश्चात ऊष्मा कवच को यान से पृथक कर दिया जाता है।
Cryo stage is what?
Cryo stage is authorized.
Authorized.
जहाँ द्वितीय चरण का कार्यकाल अब समाप्त होने को है। तृतीय चरण जो कि क्रायो अपर स्टेज है उसे अनुमोदित कर दिया गया है।
Moment of truth.
So this is cryogenic upper stage is the
कुछ ही क्षणों में
naughty one in this,
द्वितीय
as they say, but
चरण
it
Second
is
stage
not
thrust cutoff.
anymore. You will see
Second
that.
stage separated.
And
Cryo stage ignition commanded.
Plus 5 minutes.
द्वितीय चरण को सफलतापूर्वक पृथक कर दिया गया है।
Cryo stage ignition confirmed.
Here's a piece of good news. The third
Performance
stage, the
normal.
cryogenic upper stage, has commenced its operation.
ignition
जी हाँ, एक
confirmed.
बहुत जटिल इंजन होता है क्रायोजेनिक इंजन और इसका प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है। ये बहुत ही हर्ष का पल होता है यहाँ वैज्ञानिकों के लिए।
See, this view I was
वर्तमान
talking
में
about.
क्रायो अपर स्टेज प्रज्वलित है। यह लगभग 840 सेकंड तक प्रज्वलित रहेगा। इस दौरान यह 75 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है।
The graph is perfect.
Graph is perfect. I thought for 1 second we are.
We are
Why is the angle of attack so high?
345 seconds into the flight.
Yeah.
Current altitude
I
is
thought it's gone.
143 kilometers.
I mean, I had the confidence, but when it did not light up for quite a long time, but
सभी तंत्र सामान्य
that was
प्रदर्शन करते
intended.
हुए और यान उद्देश्य कक्षा की ओर बढ़ता हुआ।
right now things are looking good.
The
Everything is
cryogenic
working
upper
as
stage
expected.
with 15 tons of propellant loading is currently operating. Liquid hydrogen as the fuel and liquid oxygen
Can we
as
see
the
some
oxidizer.
onboard views here?
Burn time of the stage
No.
is
Cryo
14
stage
minutes
allowed.
for this
performance
mission.
normal.
Cryo stage is
The
performing
speciality of
nominally.
the stage is that its specific impulse is 453.5 seconds. It's a measure of the amount of thrust produced
So
by a rocket
it's
engine.
going at
unit of
the
propellant
GTO,
used
Geosynchronous
over a
Transfer
specific
Orbit,
period
guys.
of
So it
time.
will have like 36,000 kilometers at its as its apogee, and that's why you could see the trajectory of the rocket also was a bit different than the PSLVs and all.
Thermal and structural problems. Oxygen liquefies at minus 183
The graph is
degrees
absolutely perfect.
Celsius and
Absolutely
hydrogen
perfect.
at minus 253 degrees Celsius. The propellants at these low temperatures are to be pumped using turbo pumps running at around 40,000 RPM. It also entails complex
More
ground
perfect
support
than
systems
LV3 launches.
like propellant storage and filling systems,
Very true, indeed.
cryo engine and stage test facilities, transportation
Crispy,
and handling of cryo
hey
fluids and
Benjamin
devices.
Hall,
Performance normal.
you're welcome to the stream. and cryo stage performance performing nominally. You can see that. You can see the upper stage also in the animation. It has like two, small rocket engines also, kind of like that, which controls the roll of the rocket. So it is there in the actual rocket itself.
सापेक्ष गति 5.26 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड.
So it's
अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करते हुए यह यान
it will have a burn time of around 13 minutes, so that's what we are waiting for. You can see the altitude is at 149 kilometers, and it will be in that range because the perigee is around 170 kilometers that they have to aim. The apogee they have to aim for around 36,000 kilometers.
यान के सभी आंकड़े लगभग वास्तविक समय.
Here, Obster, the mission is about the the satellite which is being launched to the GTO. That satellite is a NavIC satellite, which is you can say a GPS system for India. So India has developed that NavIC systems, which is indigenously developed for India. So that this is the second satellite in that constellation. So yeah.
क्रायोजेनिक अपर स्टेज तृतीय चरण है GSLV रॉकेट का. वर्तमान में वह प्रज्वलित है और 75 किलो न्यूटन के प्रणोद के साथ यान को उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर ले जा रहा है.
These are looking good. Everything.
Two gimbal steering engines provide for control of the stage during its thrusting phase. Nominal thrust developed by the engine is 75
You could see the altitude is decreasing right now, but you don't have to worry about it. That is in the trajectory. You can see the trajectory is like that. The altitude will decrease. You could see the second line, the first line basically. It is going to decrease and then it will increase. So that's how orbital mechanics works. Sometimes the altitude actually decrease, but it's not actually decreasing. It's like that. So you don't have to worry about it. It's the trajectory which it has. So it will not go inside the atmosphere. That's the thing. But you can see 140 kilometers. It's the altitude which it is in right now.
द्वितीय पीढ़ी के 5 नौवहन उपग्रहों में द्वितीय कड़ी जोड़ने जा रहा है यह NVS-2. यह नक्षत्र वर्तमान में नाविक सेवाओं नौवहन सेवाओं में अभिवृद्धि कर विशिष्ट सेवाएं प्रदान करने के लिए जा रहा है. इन उपग्रहों में L1 बैंड का प्रयोग किया जा रहा है. इसमें अतिरिक्त सेवाओं का विस्तार किया गया है. NVS-2 उपग्रह को L1, L5 और S बैंड में कार्य करने के लिए तैयार किया गया है. इसके अतिरिक्त रेंजिंग के लिए C बैंड का प्रयोग किया जा रहा है. इस उपग्रह को I2K बस पर आधारित कर बनाया गया है. लगभग 3 किलोवाट के विद्युत क्षमता के साथ यह उपग्रह ISRO-1E को प्रतिस्थापित करेगा.
Exactly.
इस अंतरिक्ष यान में रुबिडियम एटॉमिक फ्रीक्वेंसी स्टैंडर्ड, जो कि एक परमाणविक घड़ी है, इसका प्रयोग किया जा रहा है. यह पूरी तरह स्वदेशी है. इस उपग्रह को UR सैटेलाइट सेंटर बेंगलुरु द्वारा अभिकल्पित, विकसित तथा समन्वित किया गया है. कई तरीके के परीक्षणों के पश्चात पूरी तरह सत्यापित तथा मान्य होने पर यहाँ शार लाया जाता है और कुछ अन्य गतिविधियों के पश्चात पूरी सावधानी के साथ प्रमोचक यान पर एकीकृत कर इसका प्रमोचन किया जाता है.
Things are looking great. So one thing which you have seen is that they actually went for a very, very low, trajectory. After that, they'll gain this thing. This trajectory is kind of very inefficient, if you say, because that's not how you should go. Whenever you are going down in the altitude and then gaining up, that is not that efficient. But they are going for inefficiency because the payload weight is around 2,250 kilograms, and the GSLV can put in around 2,500 kilograms to the GTO. And when they have a lesser payload and more payload capacity, then they sometimes play with the mass which is they provide in mass simulator, or sometimes they play with the trajectory. This time they have played with the trajectory, made it inefficient deliberately so that fuel is used, and the payload which is there is deployed in the correct orbit.
Designed to provide accurate position, velocity, and timing service to users in India,
Stage performance
as well
normal.
as to region extending about 1,500 kilometers beyond Indian landmass. The first generation of NavIC satellites were launched by PSLV launch vehicles between July 2013 and April 2018.
132 kilometers now it will going
To
rise, as you
ensure
can see.
continuity of services, NavIC Constellation will be augmented by second generation of satellites. The first among the second generation of satellites, NVS-01, has been launched by GSLV-F15 mission on 29th of May 2023. Master Control Facility at Hassan in Karnataka
14 minutes.
and Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh monitors and controls the geostationary and geosynchronous satellites of ISRO. The NavIC ground segment is responsible for parameter generation and transmission, satellite control, ranging and integrity monitoring, as well as timekeeping.
Cryo stage performance normal.
And that's what we want to hear.
The
Everything is looking good.
NVS-02
We are just
satellite will be
waiting
placed
for
in geosynchronous orbit
burnout to
at
happen,
111.75
or the cutoff to happen.
degrees
So they have this thing
replacing its
which we can
IRNSS
talk about. So you can
predecessor
see
of the
there is
first
cuss
generation.
off, and there is no cuss burnout
position
yet.
system
So there is
principle
cuss
is
off,
based
in
on
which they
trilateration.
deliberately
That
cut
is,
off the
to know the
engines
position of
so
any
that
person or any object accurately, minimum 3
but they
satellites
have fuel
need to
left, and then we
simultaneously
have cuss
travel
burnout,
at
in
that
which
point.
they don't cut
And to
off the
know the
engines
time or
and
altitude,
let the
additional satellite
stage
should be monitored at
use
that
its
point.
whole fuel.
An
In
accurate
this case,
timing
they
maintained
should be
by the
using
onboard
the
helium
off
atomic clock
thing, because they don't
is the
want
key to
to
maintaining
achieve much
precise
higher
distance to
parameters,
satellites.
much higher orbital capacity.
Because of the time
In the if
duration
you
method,
remember in
with the
Chandrayaan 2
visibility of
mission,
minimum
that
3
cuss
satellites
burnout
in
was
that
kind
phase,
of used,
can
in which
remove the
the
errors and
the
provide
Chandrayaan
precise
2
time and
vehicle,
delivery
the spacecraft, was put in
better
at a
than
much
the
higher orbit, so that it
The timing of
basically
the mission was
saved
better
us time
than
for us to
40
go to the moon
nanoseconds.
in that case. But here, uh, that should not happen, because we want an exact parameter, exact orbit which we want. They just kind of play with the error margin. So if somehow the rocket is performing inefficiently, then also it can work till the burnout, and it can work achieve the required orbit.
Consists of C-band transponder used for two-way CDMA
Plus 16
ranging
minutes.
to facilitate precise orbit determination.
Everything is looking good.
एनवीएस उपग्रह के मुख्य
167
अनुप्रयोग इस
kilometers.
प्रकार हैं।
Cryo stage performance
इसमें
normal.
सामरिक अनुप्रयोग, स्थलीय, हवाई और समुद्री नौवहन सेवाएं, परिशुद्ध कृषि, भूगणितीय सर्वेक्षण, पेड़ा प्रबंधन, मोबाइल उपकरणों के स्थान आधारित सेवाएं, उपग्रहों के लिए दिशा निर्धारण, आधुनिक इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स आधारित अनुप्रयोग, आपातकालीन सेवाएं और मानक समय सेवाएं शामिल हैं। इन सभी अनुप्रयोगों को सिद्ध करने के लिए यह NVS-02 उपग्रह, जो कि नक्षत्र का एक भाग है, इसे पूर्ण करने जा रहा है।
Plus 17 minutes.
Constellation. Good.
अब हम उड़ान से 1000 सेकंड्स दूर आ चुके हैं। वर्तमान में यान की ऊंचाई 200 किलोमीटर है और सापेक्ष गति 8.69 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड।
If you see that there is a gap in the green line,
सभी
don't
तंत्र
worry
सामान्य
about
कार्य
it,
प्रदर्शन
because
करते
that's
हुए
just the signal loss and nothing else.
Cryogenic upper stage currently operating. The NVS series of satellites will provide strategic applications. It will enhance terrestrial, aerial,
performance normal,
and maritime navigation. A farming management strategy called precision farming will be made possible through NVS-02. It involves observing, measuring, and responding to temporal and spatial variability to maximize crop yields, reduce waste, and increase productivity. Ability to obtain highly accurate position, location, and elevation of points on Earth's surface by NVS-02 will help in geodetic surveying. Commercial applications involve fleet management to track vehicles and allowing the monitoring of performance.
It is done.
Mobile devices can be used to interact and obtain location-based services. With its continuous tracking and coverage capabilities, NVS is set to become a powerful means in precise orbit determination of satellites. Other noteworthy applications include IoT-based applications, emergency services, and timing services. We are 18 minutes 50 seconds into flight.
And we
Cryo stage thrust cutoff.
Oh my god, it's not a burnout, it's a cutoff, which means
19 minutes.
it performed as expected.
Injection conditions are achieved.
There you go.
बंद कर दिया गया है तथा प्रमोशन की स्थितियां प्राप्त हो चुकी हैं
NVS-02 satellite separated.
There you go.
और हर्ष का पल यहाँ पर सफलतापूर्वक NVS-2 उपग्रह को अंतरिक्ष में
NVS-02 mission accomplished.
उद्दिष्ट कक्षा में अंतक्षेपित कर दिया गया है.
This is range operation director. With this mission accomplishment, the Spaceport of India, SHAR, Sriharikota, ISRO, Department of Space, had completed 100 launches from here. That is, from GSLV-E1, 10th August 1979 to GSLV-F15, 29 June 2025. Congratulations, Team ISRO, for 100 launch missions. Handing over to Mission Director.
Congratulations. Finally, 100th launch is done and dusted. And
This is Mission Director.
okay.
The successful completion of GSLV-F15 NVS-02 mission, I very happily declare, as per the intended target, that is the NVS-02 spacecraft at the intended geostationary transfer orbit is now injected and the mission is completed. Thank you.
NVS-02 satellite in its orbit and ISRO basking in the jubilation and glory with the success of 100th launch mission from Satish Dhawan Space Centre, SHAR,
We'll have to see now how V. Narayan sir approaches the presentation. Every chairperson has its own way of doing it.
Chairman ISRO, Dr. V. Narayanan.
I did not show the onboard
मिशन
view
की
of the
सफलता के
payload
साथ
deployment.
आप सभी दर्शकों तथा इसरो के सभी वैज्ञानिकों को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं.
We will get the onboard views though from the after the the launch is completed, which means after this thing as a proper video, not at the live stream.
के संबोधन के लिए
GSLV's onboard cameras are the best
Yes.
for payload deploy.
Yes. I really hope they improve the camera quality though in all the this thing. In Gaganyaan mission
Mark
they
3
have
can
a
stay silent as this is another feather in the cap of Queen GSLV.
Twin GSLV. Yes, very true. GSLV Mk2.
Please, all directors, please come.
As you could see in the animation, it is going to geosynchronous orbit in the satellite. That's why the engines are there running. That will happen in real life also. The satellite right now is in
A
geosynchronous
very good
transfer
morning,
orbit.
India. I am extremely happy to announce from the Spaceport of ISRO that the first launch of this year, 2025, has been successfully accomplished, with GSLV-F15 launch vehicle precisely injecting the navigation satellite NVS-02 in the required intended orbit. This mission is the 100th launch from our launch pads, which is very significant milestone of India. Our space program was conceived and started by visionary leader Professor Vikram Sarabhai and taken forward by generations of leaders. Couple of senior leaders are right now available in the VIP gallery.
Yep.
Till today, we have developed 6 generations of launch vehicles. The first launch vehicle was developed under the guidance of Professor Satish Dhawan with APJ Abdul Kalam as the project director, and the launch took place in the year 1979. From that till today, including today's launch, we have accomplished 100 launches from these launch pads.
Great.
Over these 100 launches, we have lifted 548 satellites to orbit. Over these 100 launches, totally we have lifted 120 tons of payload, including 23 tons of 433 foreign satellites.
Great.
This launch site has witnessed several significant milestones of the Indian space program, including 3 Chandrayaan missions, a Mars orbiter mission, Aditya L1 mission, SRE mission, a single rocket placing 104 satellites in the orbit, and host of communication, Earth observation, and navigation satellites. On behalf of the present generation of ISRO leaders, I salute all the previous generation of leaders, the past and present employees, and our family members, industrial and academia partners for the sincere efforts, hard work, and dedication that enable us to accomplish this mission. Let me also express our sincere gratitude for the political leadership for the encouragement and support provided throughout the space activities, space program. As you all know, we have 4 operational launch vehicles: PSLV, GSLV, LVM-3, and SSLV. Today's mission was the 17th launch of GSLV with the 11th indigenous cryogenic stage. In this mission, the data has come, all the vehicle systems have performed as expected, and the satellite is injected with very minimum level of dispersion.
There you go.
Let me congratulate the launch vehicle community, industrial partners, and academia for the successful performance of GSLV-F15. As all of you know, the NavIC system is evolving as the backbone of indigenous satellite navigation ecosystem of Indian region. The first batch of IRNS satellites launched in the previous decade has been successful in establishing the PND services in the country. The NVS series is the second generation of these satellites that are progressively being deployed by GSLV to augment Navy Constellation and further strengthening the PND ecosystem in the nation. The NVS-02 satellite incorporates the second indigenous atomic clock, which is a shining example of Make in India in the critical technology development. Today, many applications based on NavIC, spanning from strategic uses, tracking of shipping vessels, time synchronization, train tracking, and safety of life alert dissemination are accomplished. Let me congratulate the spacecraft team and all the teams, including range, tracking, all the teams, for the successful accomplishment what is done today. In the coming days, we look forward to further orbit tracing operation of the satellite and successful deployment in the assigned orbit. Right now, along with me, the present leaders, the mission director, satellite project director, and directors of all the centers and units are with me.
There you go.
Now, let me request them to address. First, let me start with the mission director, Sri Thomas Kurian.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Beloved Chairman ISRO, Secretary Department of Space, Dr. V. Narayanan, sir, former Chairman, Center Directors, entire ISRO fraternity watching this from Sriharikota and other locations, and my dear fellow countrymen, a very good morning to all of you. Today, as GSLV-F15,
very successfully executed his mission by placing the NVS-02 satellite into its precise geostationary transfer orbit. We mark a historic milestone, the 100th mission from Sriharikota, the spaceport of India. This incredible achievement reflects the unwavering commitment, dedication, and excellence of Team ISRO and the trust placed in us by the people of India. I congratulate and salute the entire ISRO team for accomplishing this historic achievement. This was the 17th mission of GSLV. This mission carried second-generation navigation satellite NVS-02 that can contribute significantly to enhance the capabilities of the Indigenous Navigation System, NavIC, with respect to position, navigation, and timing. I take this opportunity to thank our respected Chairman ISRO, Dr. Narayanan Sir, and the immediate past Chairman, Dr. Somnath Sir, for the guidance, support, and encouragement provided to us. I gratefully acknowledge the support provided by the ISRO Center Directors and the various review fora for the meticulous reviews and thoughtful guidance for ensuring the smooth execution of this mission. I thank all the system development agencies spread across ISRO centers and the industrial partners across India for the timely realization and delivery of launch vehicle systems meeting the required quality standards. To Team ISRO, this success belongs to you. I sincerely thank the technical teams and the support teams, including the family members and everyone who directly or indirectly supported for ensuring the seamless operations throughout this campaign. Congratulations to the satellite team and the best wishes for the subsequent operations for positioning the satellite in the final orbit. Finally, let me take this opportunity to thank Vehicle Director Mr. Dhanasekaran, Associate Vehicle Director Asha Mary Matthew, Mission and Project Executives, and the core project members for the commitment, dedication you displayed in every aspect of the activities. Let us take pride in the achievement and move forward to tackle the future challenges in space sector in India to make the tricolor soar high. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Great.
Now we have got the satellite director, Mr. Karthik. He will address.
They always look so innocent, right?
Along with the chairman and the mission director, I also congratulate and thank the GSLV and the SHAR teams for the perfect and precise launch. Coming to NVS-02, it is the second satellite in the second generation of the navigation satellite series, NVS series, for the NavIC constellation. Similar to its predecessor NVS-01, it has an indigenous atomic clock, which will showcase our capability in this very, very critical technology. Also, it has L1 band navigation signal, along with the heritage L5 and S signals. It will expand and widen our navigation services. The main mission objective of NVS-02 is to provide position, navigation, and timing services for the Indian mainland and 1,500 kilometers surrounding it. At this moment, I would like to thank Chairman ISRO, Director URSC Higher Management, as well as PRD SMPO for their constant guidance and mentoring. I also thank all the DPDs, PMs, and other project executives for implementing and executing the project. I thank all the other stakeholders, as well as the vendors, contractors, and the other family members who have supported for this mission. Thank you, one and all. Great.
Now we have got Dr. Unnikrishnan Nair, who is the director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Centre, the lead center responsible for the launch vehicle. He will address.
Exactly.
Good morning. Today we mark a historic milestone with the 100th launch of from Sriharikota. Really a momentous occasion for all of us. It really showcases the country's prowess in space technology. It is again a testament to the dedication, hard work, and the innovation exhibited by the technical engineers, technicians, and all staff in ISRO and across industries. So this launch, this 100th launch by GSLV placing NVS-02 is going to significantly enhance the PNT services in the country and is going to contribute a lot to the science and technology. Again, it is a significant milestone for us, demonstrating our commitment for self-reliance and indigenous development. As we celebrate this historic event, we also acknowledge the significance of Sriharikota our premier spaceport from where 100th launch is taking place. I'm sure the 200th mark we will be achieving significantly faster because of the present vibrant ecosystem prevailing in our country. I congratulate all the people who are connected with this historic milestone, all ISRO centers, all industry partners, academia, and the entire country for the wonderful achievement. Jai Hind.
Great, great.
Now, the Director of Spaceport of India, Dr. Rajarajan, also the lab chairman will address.
Okay.
Thank you, Chairman.
Narayan sir,
very good morning.
Invites more people.
Today marks a very special milestone
Somnath
in
has
the India
set the
space
standard
journey.
for all following chairmen.
Yes.
We are at the Centurion launch from the spaceport of SDSC SHAR. So when we look back, each one of these launches has brought us new challenges, new learnings, new opportunities and achievements. Actually, each of these launches have propelled our capacity and capability to near and near horizons, even towards Moon, Mars, and even to the Sun, towards Sun. More than that, each of these have helped us to connect with the unconnected through disaster warning, the communications, and many more to come like medicine, tele-educations, and for the betterment of humanity as a whole. And each of these countdown from this center have inspired countless youngsters to take up the careers in science and technology. Let us take this momentous occasion to remember the visionaries, the founding fathers, and others who laid this foundation for the success, and we are indeed proud to have few of them in our midst at today's historic day. With all those who have worked tirelessly and vigorously with passion and significant contribution, who worked behind the scenes, and for all those family members and every Indian who stands as a stakeholder in this unforgettable journey, we remember them and salute them. Let us all celebrate this historic occasion with pride and look forward to many, many milestones, and as the space sector looks to be very vibrant, to achieve many more centuries in a very quick time to come, in the days to come together. I salute and thank one and all. Jai Hind.
Mr. Shankaran, who is the Director of URO Satellite Center, responsible for realizing the satellite, will address now.
Thank you, sir. Good morning.
Please give us speed
congratulations to the GSLV team, project team, and also to all the launch vehicle community for making this launch perfect one. Congratulations to the project team of NVS-02 and all the satellite stakeholders who have made this spacecraft realized in time for this launch. I can now declare that the spacecraft has been injected very precisely with very small rates, rock steady injection, and the two solar arrays have been deployed and power generation has been confirmed. And the rest of the activities will be continued from the control center at URSC and MCF Hassan. This work will go on, but as already pointed out, today's launch is for the celebration of SDSC SHAR, who are the backbone behind all our successes towards this launching of our vehicles and satellites. I take this opportunity to congratulate past and present leaders and members of the SDSC SHAR team for this milestone achievement of 100th launch. And also, at this point, it is pertinent to remember that this clockwork kind of activities that happen at SDSC SHAR is not happened overnight. It has happened over the painstaking effort by everybody involved in the launch vehicle program, right from VSSC, LPSC, IPRC, and SDSC SHAR. The past and present leaders have made it possible, and as we all hope, the second double century will happen in very, very short time. Thank you very much, and all the very best to the satellite team. Thank you.
Space Application Center Director, Mr. Nilesh Desai, His team has delivered the payloads as well as the indigenous atomic clock. Yes, Mr. Nilesh.
Good morning. At the outset, let me congratulate the launch vehicle and the project team for the success of this particular mission, and also the launch vehicle team, as well as all the forefathers of the launch program who are responsible for the success for this 100th milestone which we have achieved for our launch missions. So let me congratulate all of them and wish all the best for all future activities as well. As far as this mission is concerned, Space Application Center has delivered the very advanced and reconfigurable payload. So that is again a step in a forward direction for having future payloads. So let me also congratulate my team at Space Application Center for the development of the payload as well as the atomic clock about which it has been mentioned. So this is the second indigenous atomic clock which has gone into the space, and we are now in the process of indigenization of all these activities. So let me congratulate all of them, all the stakeholders of this mission, and I would like to take this opportunity to announce about the development of a very indigenous 28 nanometer NavIC ASIC, which will go a long way in proliferation of various application activities for this, our indigenous navigation programs. So once again, I thank all of you and wish you all the best for future activities. Thank you.
Now the cryogenic stage and liquid stages are developed and delivered by both LPSC, Liquid Propulsion System Center, and ISRO Propulsion Complex. First, we'll have the Director LPSC Mohan, followed by Director IPRC, Mr. Asir Pakiraj. Yes,
okay.
Mohan.
Narayanan sir has not missed any.
Morning, India. So we have started today the second launch of this year. We have a very successful GSLV-F15 NVS-02 mission. The GSLV has got 6 propulsion stages, the 4 L40 stages, GS2 stage and the cryogenic stage, and it has performed flawlessly from the time of the commencement of countdown. Yesterday early morning 3 o'clock, the filling started for the L40s, followed by the GS2 and then followed by L40, and today early morning or rather midnight onwards the filling of cryogenic stage has happened, and all the parameters during the pre-launch operations have gone flawlessly. So which shows the confidence and maturity of the preparation of the cryo stage as well as the design as well as the predictions. It is almost on dot, the predictions are almost on dot, and it has performed excellently, the cryo stage. So that gives a lot of confidence for us to proceed with many more launches of GSLV, which is planned already. And as you all know that the majority of the engines and the tanks and many structures are coming from industry. And let me thank in this occasion all the industry partners who have contributed immensely from the material resource as well as the integration, hardware delivery, engine delivery, and supporting during various activities of the preparation of the stage. And also I specifically thank the entire LPSC community for this excellent launch. And also the work doesn't stop here for the LPSC community, because the satellite propulsion system also is the responsibility of LPSC. And tonight onwards, we are starting the activities of the orbit racing from the LAM engine, and our team is ready for these activities next 3 days, finally to reach make the NVS-01 in the right orbit. So thank you very much, and best wishes to all of you. Jai Hind.
Congratulations, India. We have reached the 100th successful launch with the launch of GSLV. It's very heartening to note that we are touching the 100 with a stylish stroke of launching successfully the GSLV for the NVS-02 satellite. We really feel very happy that this achievement is done in the presence
the
of
ISRO facilities have been left out. Everyone has been invited to speak.
Everyone.
In the presence of our seniors and mentors. And at ISRO Propulsion Complex, Mahendragiri, we have carried out the testing and integration of all the liquid propulsion systems of this vehicle, including the L40 engine, GS2 stage, the cryogenic upper stage, and the spacecraft propulsion system liquid apogee motor. And I thank the entire IPRC family for delivering these goods and services in a very, very appropriate way, and also the liquid hydrogen for servicing the entire vehicle. And while placing on record the contributions of the entire centers of ISRO, I also thank the IPRC team for the successful contribution to make ISRO very proud and to make our flag of the country to fly high and higher. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have got the ISRO Inertial System Unit Director, Mr. Batma Kumar. His team is responsible for delivering inertial systems for launch vehicles and satellites.
Everyone will speak,
how many more?
Two more will be.
Very good morning and greetings to all of you. A special occasion for all of us, a century of liftoffs. And the kind of accuracy that we have reached in achieving this orbit is quite notable. 0.5 kilometer in perigee, around 72 kilometer in apogee of 37,000 kilometers, and an inclination difference of just 0.02 degrees.
Great.
And right now, with this, and I should say that it is a NVS performance to the NVS-02 satellite. With this, we will be having 5 NavIC satellites, and I am sure that we will be able to do a real good fix with these 5 satellites. This generation of the leaders now we have here has been associated with the launch vehicle program from ASLV onwards. That is approximately 97 to 96 liftoffs. And we are very happy to be here on this 100th liftoff. And I am sure that we will be hitting more centuries in future. At this point of time, I want to congratulate the IISU team, the ISRO team, and the entire nation for being here, giving us this opportunity. Thank you. Jai Hind.
We have got the ISRO Director, Dr. Anil.
Oh.
Yeah, very good morning to all.
Two more
respected Chairman ISRO, former Chairman, my colleagues. It's a really a remarkable achievement today what we had. Let me congratulate all the ISRO team for this wonderful success. Also, let me put on record the appreciation to sriharikota, SDSC SHAR, for the 100th launch from this spaceport. And also, this ISRO, all the ground stations supported very well for this mission. And it is after the tiring support for the SpaceX mission, back to back. And ISRO is doing marvelous activities with the back-to-back successes in many missions. Let me thank my ISRO team who has supported very well, and also especially TTC Director Raghavendra for doing this wonderful job. Thanks to all. Jai Hind.
Thank you. We have got 2 more center directors, the NRSC Director, Mr. Dr. Prakash Dhawan, and Human Spaceflight Center Director D.K. Singh. Both of you, please address few words.
We have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to all and good morning to India.
How many?
It is a special occasion after all.
The entire GSLV team as well as our NVS-02 satellite team for achieving this wonderful feat of launching the satellite into a perfect orbit. And at the same time, let me also congratulate the entire SDSC SHAR community for the 100th launch from this beautiful spaceport of India. NVS-02 will create another very important milestone as far as the applications of satellite technology for various issues are concerned, especially in terms of providing very precise positioning, timing and navigation services for the country, and it will augment our current NavIC series of services, which will go a long way in terms of fulfilling the dream of developed country. At this outset, let me once again congratulate the entire ISRO fraternity as well as the SHAR team once again for achieving this wonderful success. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Good morning all. Let me congratulate entire ISRO team for this 100th launch from Sriharikota, and all the best for payload and spacecraft team for further operation and to bring the NavIC services to the level country is looking forward. Thank you.
Short and sweet.
You all know this 100th mission accomplishment is a teamwork. With us right now, four former chairmen, Dr. Radhakrishnan sir, Kiran Kumar sir, Dr. Sivan, Dr. Somnath, who was leading this program from the front. So let us give a big hand to all the four of them. Dear friends, reward for hard work is more work. And ISRO has got very busy year ahead with many missions lined up in the coming months. The NISR, NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar Mission by GSLV-F15, a commercial flight of LVM-3 by NCL for a foreign customer, a technology demonstration satellite, TDS-01 mission to validate almost 34 technologies, which will be launched by the first PSLV being realized by an industry consortium, 2 Earth observation satellite missions, and whatnot. Lot of activities are there. Concurrently, you all know we are progressing extremely well for the preparation of the first uncrewed G1 mission as part of the Gaganyaan program, and some more experiments are targeted this year. ISRO is also gearing up for the host of developments, including the next generation launcher, NGLV, Chandrayaan 4, Chandrayaan 5 missions, Venus orbiter mission, along with the third launch pad at Sriharikota and the second launch complex at Kulasegarapatnam. I think we are accelerating the activities this year. Let me thank our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for his visionary leadership in rolling out the space sector reform. Also, politics. The space vision what he has given for the next 20 years for ISRO and DOS team to contribute to make this country as a developed country. Once again, wishing all the teams a great year ahead. Till we come back with the next mission, we sign off from the Spaceport of India, Sriharikota. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Great. Finally done. But no SpaceX updates though. We were waiting for that.
And he listed all the upcoming missions, but he did not give any of the timelines.
True. One thing is Chandrayaan 5, man. Chandrayaan 5 is, if he has spoken, it has been approved. I think Chandrayaan 5 is nothing but the LUPEX mission, which with the JAXA. And Chandrayaan 4, though we all know. But guys, just don't go anywhere. We have something. Let me just get it for you. So we have to play this thing. It has to happen. And since the GSLV Mark II has succeeded, we did not have any doubts about it. So we made this thing. Just happened, and it will continue to happen.
GSLV.
It will continue to happen for sure. So do we have anything else coming in? All the Mark III gang members are silent today. They just don't know what they're what they want, what they can say. See, such a good images. Look at this. Cool images. Does not work like this, but yeah.
Just read the live chat. While Wildflower missed the introduction, she's asking who is the new guest.
Oh, yeah. So basically, he is the admin of the ISRO space flight. Dev Pratim here. You can see that he is the that guy, and this is the ISRO space flight. You can see that, right? We don't need any more introduction for this. So we both are the core members of the Mark II gang, and you could see this here. There you go, the liftoff of the. This looked so cool. I mean, with all those tiles falling off. That is nothing but heat shield, you know, heat shield tiles, so that the earth storable liquid, you know, fuel which they use, the UDMH-N2O4, they remain at the constant temperature. But looks amazing, man. Those, you know,
Lighting was
marked
really nice.
diamonds. What?
The lighting was really nice today.
Lighting was really nice, exactly. They finally managed the contrast. I don't know what they do, like just before the launch is about to happen, some, you know, new camera is switched on, and which is so good to see. Or just the lighting, it is just adjusted according to the um, you know, lighting of when the rocket is lifted off. So that is amazing. This looks cool. Wow. Starship 7 failure, yes. Starship 7 failure. Can do that, no worries. So, but before that, GSLV launches, everything fine. And Mark 3 gang, I have something for you, which is just stay low, stay humble, because Mark 2 Queen is there to rule the skies and rule the ISRO. You will see so many new missions coming up on the Mark 2 as well. So don't go anywhere. Mark 2 is not going to the ocean, as this you say. I don't know about LVM-3 now, because it's being rated for the human, you know, space flight. So it can.
LVM-3 is not going to the launch pad only.
That is also true. It's not even going to the launch pad. We are not seeing any. So you just saw, right? GSLV launches 16 and LVM-3 just 7. And out of those 7, 4 of those were just the developmental flight. What do you want? What else do you want, right? Talking about the Starship 7 failure, so I think they don't have as such anything. Mm, Elon Musk only tweeted about what has happened with it. I'm not sure if I can find it now. He only tweeted. So basically, what happened was there was some leak in the first of all, the analysis which I did on the Starship 7 was correct. The fire around those hinges was because of that. I've this guy like tweets like anything. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to find it. But yeah, let me give you a crux of it. So in the Starship 7, the issue was with the um did SpaceX tweeted anything, or let me check that also about it. FA is you know, doing its thing, but other than that, it's a rewatch only, right? Nothing else.
So 7 more GSLV launches are remaining now.
7 more. Yes. You don't know whether it will be extended or not. Yeah, here you go.
All good things can come to an end.
Very true. I mean, only good things will come to an end, not bad, because we'll see how LVM-3 goes through about its business. LVM-3 will not get retired that easily, because it will support these the human rated one, the Gaganyaan mission. But once those NGLV comes in, then you don't this also going on. So you never know. So here you go, Wildflower. You can see this thing. There was initial data indicates a fire developed in the aft section, which was the case, and the Elon Musk tweeted about it, which was there was some leak in the pipes of the new you know, assembly which they did. So they modified many things in the Starship 7th flight, and because of that some new assembly, there was some leak in the pipes, and because that caused the fire in the aft section, which we saw in the hinges also, and that was my analysis also initially. And yeah, so that was the thing. Cool. I think that should be it. Anything you want to say, Depratim?
I guess that's it.
Yep. Take a quick peek at the first 30 seconds about what? Changing light. This is the video, right?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Oh, yes.
5, 4, 3.
You are right. You are right. You are right. They just changed it to the, liftoff settings. There you go.
2, 1, L40 stages are ignited.
I think that is why it looks so good, because they just reduce the exposure. When you reduce the exposure and ISO, this happens. It improves
They
the
are also
quality.
thinking about the aesthetics now.
On the nose part where the thing, so talking about this thing, right? The thing started peeling. This thing, if you are talking about this is what I'm talking these kind of things, right? If wildflower, if you are talking about these, this is not an issue. This is intended. This happens with many this happens with PSLV launches, GSLV launches, and many Chinese launches also. This is nothing but the heat shield tiles on the tanks of the earth storable propellants. I mean, on the Starship. Starship, that is fine. That was that peeling also I discussed, right? On the Starship, that part is like that. That was not an issue. That peeling is kind of. It was not supposed to happen, but it happened, so it's fine. It was not. It was not an issue. The main issue was the fire. That peeling and it did not cause the fire as such. So yeah. Great. Yeah, you were saying something, Depratim?
Was I?
You were saying no? Okay. Okay, cool. And yeah, all the 4 chairmen were there in this launch, so that should be it, I guess. We should let me check what all other launches are lined up. So H3 launch is coming up very soon. There is a SpinSat NG1 tomorrow. We'll see by the SpaceX if I can get that stream. But Long March 8 rocket and the H3 rocket, they are coming up. H3 from the Japan, they are launching their own satellite, I guess. Yes, the Zenith satellite system. Navigations. They are also launching their navigation satellite. Great. So I will be live on this Saturday itself for that. So don't go anywhere. Until then, this is Priyanshu Roila. You just saw Rocket Gyan. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thank you so much, Depratim, for joining in. It was a very
Pleasure to be here.
fun outing with you with the Mark II gang members, right? So that we 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 know what needs to be done in making sure the LVM3 gang does not, go up, jump and then just fall down. They always do like that. Okay.
ISRO is enough for that.
Yes, true. Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Until then, this is Priyanshu Rohila. You just saw Rocket Gyan. Stay safe, stay healthy, and bye.
Bye, guys.